And good afternoon, Piedmont Triad. It's 1 o'clock and I'm News 2 meteorologist Ed Matthews. Thanks for joining me here. We have a tornado warning that has been issued for Moore County. That is just to the east of our viewing area, but I'll cover that for you in just a minute. A tornado warning has been issued for Moore County down in the Sandhills, and I'll have more about that coming up. Let me slide my computer out of my graphics here. I'll be walking around a little bit and manipulating the graphics here. But as we start out with our weather impact alert for tropical rains that are beginning to move into some of our southern areas now, we'll be on the lookout for tropical downpours that will be with us through the afternoon and overnight period. Some of these tropical downpours could quickly lay down several inches of rain, and that could be lead to some flash flooding. So we'll watch that very closely for the possibility of flash flooding here in our part of the Piedmont. And of course, we're going to be watching radar very closely. We'll check that out in just a minute. But scattered tropical downpours, especially from the Triad to the south and to the east, so flooding is a possibility. Not worried about winds, and well, we're going to keep an eye on the possibility of maybe some strong or severe storms. We are not technically in the severe weather outlook, but when it comes to tropical systems, that really doesn't matter because there is a tremendous amount of wind shear that is located in tropical systems. And if we get a storm to get strong enough, that can certainly lead to a tornado warning. Now, our futurecast is showing rain elements continuing to move into our area from the south. I think the heavier downpours will be through the afternoon and into the overnight period. This is 10 o'clock as we start to see at least some of this rain pull away. And although there could be some leftover showers early tomorrow morning, I think most of the rain will be northeast of our area as our tropical low, or our depression, moves on through eastern North Carolina tonight and into the Tidewater area of Virginia by tomorrow. Will be mainly dry for the rest of Monday, but there could be a pop-up storm in the afternoon. Chantal has weakened to a tropical depression. Maximum sustained winds are at 35 miles per hour. Last report moving off to the north at 9 miles per hour. At the 11 o'clock advisory, it was 20 miles to the southwest of Lumberton, North Carolina, moving to the north and will eventually turn to the northeast and move through areas probably around the Raleigh-Durham area as we go into the overnight period and then zip on to the northeast into the Tidewater area of Virginia by tomorrow. We're starting to see some heavy rain, lighter rain north of Asheboro, right in the Metro Triad. But look at this rain that's just to our south, and I think our forecast models are handling this very well. We've got heavy rain across the area. Here is the tornado warning. It covers part of Lee County and Moore County as well, as there has been some rotation in thunderstorms there. And I'm going to manipulate my computer here, so I'm not disregarding you, but I just wanted to work this in, and let's get the specifics on this particular system in Moore County. So we're keeping an eye on Moore County. That's in the Raleigh-Durham market, but nevertheless, we appreciate our viewers down in Moore County, and we're going to keep a close eye on what's going on down there. And I click this button right here, and here we go. Hoke, Moore, and Lee counties under a tornado warning. And that is until 1:30, so that is about 25 more minutes. Now, with the direction of this rain, we're going to have to keep an eye on not only these counties until 1:30, but we got to be mindful. We couldn't rule out a tornado warning for Chatham County as well. We'll be on the lookout for areas around Asheboro and Randolph County as well. I don't expect severe weather, but we didn't expect what we've got here. But when we're talking about a tropical system and a tremendous amount of wind shear, we have to be mindful when we have thunderstorms associated with tropical systems. They can spin up generally weak tornadoes, but tornadoes nevertheless, and they usually don't last very long. So we'll see how long this particular tornado warning lasts, but Moore County, Lee County, part of Lee County, but a good bit of Moore County and Hoke County, and that was indicated by Doppler radar, that rotation indicated by Doppler radar. So I'll keep an eye on that, but we're going to keep an eye on the rest of our counties as well. Again, Chatham County and into areas around Asheboro and Randolph County for the rest of the afternoon as these rain elements continue to track on to the north. Okay, let's move along here. We're keeping an eye on that. Keeping an eye on a flood watch that is in effect for the Triad and the Triangle and down through the Sandhills. We have a flash flood warning that's been issued for Hoke County and also Scotland County. That's just to the west and to the southwest of Fayetteville. No warnings here, but I think really that is the greater concern, not so much severe weather, although we're keeping an eye on that and Moore County. We're certainly under the gun for some heavy tropical downpours that could lead to a quick amount of several inches of rain in a very short period of time. Now, not everybody is going to get that kind of rainfall. As a matter of fact, rainfall amounts across the area could range from anywhere to 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch of rain. But if you get under some of these tropical downpours, that's where the rain is really going to increase very, very quickly. So we'll watch the flood potential very closely. We are in the level 2, the slight risk area for the possibility of flash flooding that runs from southern Virginia right through the Triad and the Triangle and down into the Sandhills of North Carolina as well. Now, in terms of severe weather, that has been extended a little bit farther to the west. So there is a low-end risk now of severe weather for Alamance County, just a part of Guilford County, eastern Randolph County, and down through Moore County as well. So earlier, this was a little bit farther to the east, but again, it's been kind of pulled to the west just a little bit. So now we're seeing maybe a slight increase in the potential of some severe storms as we head through the afternoon and overnight period. It's a low-end risk, but it's not a zero risk. So certainly that bears watching, and that's exactly what your forecast team is going to do. And along with that severe weather threat being shoved a little bit to the west, so has the tornado risk. This is a 2% low-end risk of tornadoes that cover the same area, Alamance County, parts of Guilford, eastern Randolph, and down through the Sandhills as well. So again, this bears watching, although I think the greater threat will be the possibility of heavy rain and flash flooding. We are seeing a little bit stronger threat of severe storms here in our part of the Piedmont as well. And of course, the rain continues to fall, not so much along the Carolina coast. Wilmington's had about 2.5 inches of rain, 1.33 over at Cape Hatteras. Fayetteville, nearly 2 inches of rain. Myrtle Beach, the airport there, only got 3/4 of an inch of rain. And as this pocket of heavier rain continues to shift on to the north, we will see rainfall totals here in the Piedmont on the increase. Latest wind gust, 36-mile-per-hour wind gust at Wilmington, 25-mile-per-hour wind gust over at Raleigh, and a 29-mile-per-hour wind gust over at Fayetteville. With the exception of maybe a strong or severe thunderstorms, the overall environmental winds are going to remain generally light. Still motion in the ocean along the Carolina coast. Rip currents will be a threat for the rest of today and likely through tomorrow as our remnant low moves off the tidewater area. So we have a high risk of rip currents along the Carolina coast that will be with us again probably through Monday. As we check our forecast, scattered rain, possible downpours, and a slight risk of a severe storm. Temperatures into the upper 70s for highs today. Scattered rain tonight, possible tropical downpours and flash flooding as lows drop to near 70. Any leftover rain tomorrow morning will taper off, but we have at least a low chance of a pop-up storm in the afternoon. We'll reach highs tomorrow pretty close to the 90-degree mark. The rest of the week is just going to be a typical July weather pattern. Very warm, very muggy across the area, and we'll see scattered thunderstorms develop each afternoon and linger into the evening. High temperatures through the week will be into the upper 80s to around 90. Stay with us for the rest of the afternoon. We'll have more information on the remnants of Chantal moving through eastern North Carolina. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.